and it's correct, it means your pronunciation is great. Okay, machine can understand it. If machine can understand it, then human can understand it. If what you say is different with what you mean, the writing is different, then maybe you need to practice your pronunciation. So this machine can help you practice your pronunciation. Have you ever heard this before? Maybe those in a chat, in a Zoom meeting can respond to me. Have you ever used similar tools like Dictation IO? Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's move on. Now, how machine and technology can help you support your self-study process. There are some technology tools that you can use for your learning. Remember, this is an innovative learning. The first one is e-reader Prestigio. Let me try. Yes, like Google Translate. Let me demonstrate e-reader Prestigio. E-reader Prestigio. Wait a minute. Is a tool that can help you read article. Maybe your lecturer or your teacher sometimes asks you to read articles, but then you feel reluctant to read. You would prefer to listen to someone read an article for you. E-reader Prestigio can do that for you. Let me show you. So this is my phone. I'm using e-reader Prestigio. And this is an article that I have to read. What is it about? Natural language processing. Looks like a boring article. I don't want to read it. I just want someone to read it for me. So I will touch this speaker button. Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. I have to use this. I haven't signed in. Oh, I cannot demonstrate it. I'm using different cell phone, so I cannot demonstrate it. Really sorry. I think I can do it.
Which learning I call Shafelu, framing the issue. NLP is an interdisciplinary field of linguistics, computer science, and artificial intelligence that studies the use of computers to automatically analyze, understand, and generate human.
An article for you, and you can take a notes, you can make mind map and so on while listening to the machine read the article. I use it when I'm lazy to read. Yes, when I'm lazy to read, I use it too. Sometimes I use it when I'm driving. I use it when I'm riding bike. So I read when I'm driving. I read when I'm riding a bike. I think it's an idea because not everybody loves reading. Some people love listening. So you can turn reading into listening activity. You can download the app. The name is e-reader Prestigio. I will just use this one. This one. You can download it. It's on in Android and also it's in iOS. Wait, the game was turned on. It's also in iOS, and you can get the enjoyment of listening to people reading articles for you. Another one, some technology that you can use to support yourself is when you are reading, Before you are reading and somebody read it for you. Now you are reading, for example, website, BBC, for example. While you are reading BBC News, maybe you find some difficulties. My internet connection. Okay. So I'm using a technology named Readline. It's actually like a dictionary, but this dictionary can be used directly in the reading text. Let me turn this on. Please wait for my internet connection. Okay, here it is. So I'm turning on my Readline, English to Indonesia, and while I'm reading, if I found something that I don't really understand, let's see, declaration, for example, I will just click it, and I will get the Indonesian version. Obviously, if I don't know this, I just click it and I found the English version. It's faster, it's easier because you don't have to go to Google Translate, open your dictionary, you just click it in the website, in the article, then you can get the Indonesian version of words that you don't know. Just like that, easy, right? So you can learn using Readline, and there is another application named Summary Box, which can help you summarize text. If the text is too long and you don't want to read that long, then you can summarize the text. Okay, let's move on. Oh, Ibu, how long do I still have? Okay, you can just answer in my in the chat box. This is a technology that I just knew recently, and I love it because it helps me when I write. This is an artificial intelligence that can help you. If you write something, then you want to make it more like a native speaker, then you can use Wordtune. For example, like this. Somebody asked me to come to her birthday party or to a wedding invitation, but I cannot come. So I will write like this. Thank you for your invitation. I am sorry I cannot come because I have something else to do. Nah. This is okay. This is English, but maybe there is a better way to answer the question. So I will rewrite it using Wordtune. Let's see what Wordtune says. Thank you for your invitation, and he said, thanks for inviting me. Sorry. Let's do it again. Thanks for inviting me. I'm sorry I can't attend because I have something else to do. Another possibility, my apology. It's more cool, right? For not being able to attend because I have something else I have to do. My apology, I can come due to other commitments. See? You can write it in a shorter version. My apology for my inability to attend. I have something else on my schedule, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. So you can have a variation of expressions. You have the idea. The idea is still from human. Then you have a variation of expression. Let's see if we click casual. If you are not in a formal situation. See, I have a long explanation. If you are in casual situation, you just say, sorry, I can't make it. I have something else to do. Thanks for inviting me, but I'm sorry, I can't make it. And so on and so forth. So your English will be better by learning from Wordtune. You can think about any expressions that you want to say and try it, okay? Pak Jaki mentioned great apps, mantap. So if, for example, somebody say, how are you? And you usually answer with, I am fine. Thank you. Let's see if WordTune can help you make a better version. It's all, see? Thanks for asking. I'm fine. My health is fine. Thank you. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. All is well with me. Thank you. Maybe something that you rarely use. Greeting. I'm fine. Let's see if it is a casual one. Thanks. Good to hear from you. Thanks. It's all good. Thanks a lot. I'm fine. Everything's fine. And so on. So you can see. You can shorten, find something short, or you can expand if you want to talk longer. Thank you very much for asking how I am. I'm fine. You can have a lot of idea here. Play around with WordTune, and I believe you can learn something from this. So remember, innovation in learning. So you need to innovate the way you learn. Let's see what I have again. If you are Alice, maybe this is for Bapak Ibu Guru or if you are master students, if you are about to write your final thesis. I have to begin first. Let's see. Elicit is a tool that can help you find research similar to what you want to do, research. For example, my research, ask research questions. Teachers' confidence in using technology for teaching. Search. Then you can get lots and lots of paper related to this. Not only the paper, but also the takeaway abstract. You don't have to read the whole abstract. You can get, oh, this is what people write about this article. We make it smaller. And then the summary. And you can export it as CSV and you get the whole article. So rather than you go to Google Scholar, maybe you can come here and get the help from Alice when you are going to do a research, okay? I think I'm about to finish my talk. There are some other technology tools that you can use. Later you can explore it yourself, but I want to show something for the future. Because we were talking about then, now, and future direction, future strategies. So this is the future of learning. Do you know Metaverse? The Zuckerberg. I think you've heard about Metaverse, right? In Metaverse, people use virtual avatar. I remember when I have to teach with Zoom. Let me check today's Zoom. How many people will turn on their camera? Maybe very small number of people feel comfortable turning on the camera. Why? Because maybe they don't feel comfortable to show their face. Maybe they don't feel comfortable with the environment and so on. So in the future, you can create your own avatar. This is my avatar. Can you see my face and this avatar? Does it look alike or not? Maybe look alike, but the avatar will be a better version of the owner. Of course, I will try to find a way to make myself look better in my avatar. If my skin is a bit dark, maybe I will find a lighter skin. If my face is a bit chubby, and I will find a skinnier face. If I have, if I might find clothes that I don't have in my wardrobe. My hair is always short, so I can make myself longer. Um, and I want to have this kind of glasses. It looks cool on me, and so on and so forth. So later, you can use your avatar in a Zoom meeting and also in another learning space. I'm going to introduce you to another learning space instead of Zoom meeting.
Oh iya dah. Oh, iya. Enggak, itu enggak aktif.
Can somebody help me? I'm a bit distracted with voice like this. All right then. Okay. This is the last application or technology that I'm going to show you. If you have the avatar or you want to create an avatar, go to Ready Player Me because then you can go to the metaverse. This is the metaverse that I love to use with my students. Or for you students, if you want to practice your English, you can create an avatar room. Call it spatial. Let me show you an example of a spatial. So imagine that you are in one room with your friend like this and your teacher, and everyone are represented with their avatar. So if you go to spatial, you can create a space like this. Teachers, you can create space like this. Or students, you can create space like this together with your friends, and everyone get in with their avatar. You can be represented by any shape of people. You can create your own avatar. Everyone can talk, you can discuss, you can sit down, listen to looking at the slide, discuss with your friend, but you can be at home. But the feeling is that you are there together in a metaverse world with your friend and your teacher. Do you think, if you are in Zoom, maybe you can answer my question. Do you think that being in this metaverse will be similar with being in a Zoom meeting? What do you think? Do you think it's gonna be the same or different? More exciting? Yes, probably, because you can feel different environment. You can discuss in a different way. So this is the future of learning. This is the future of the learning space. No more boring Zoom meeting, but then you can be in this kind of room. Another example, you can also go, if you go to spatial, you can also go to spatial and meet other people. This is me going to a museum of art, of painting, and meet with this guy from UK, and we talk. Sorry, I should have turned on the sound. Like watching a cartoon, but you are part of the cartoon. You are not watching, you are inside. You are inside the movie and you become the cartoon. So it's more exciting. Yeah, different because metaverse using immersive technology. Exactly, you know a lot, Pandu. And it's almost real, or the reality is now like this. If you are watching movie Ready Player One, Ready Player One is similar to this. So people now are starting to have two different lives, the metaverse life and the real life. Some people might feel more comfortable being in the metaverse life because you can be anybody. You don't have to show who you are for real, but then you still can meet people, You can still do business. People start to selling things in the metaverse world. They sell paintings, they sell song, and they pay it using a special kind of money. It is called NFT, things like that. So shouldn't teachers like how you are going to use the metaverse word like spatial and try it. If your teacher lecture, you can try it with your students and see how it likes. But there is a but. Sorry. The but is the but is that it takes a high internet connection. Maybe in some places it doesn't support. Maybe for some devices it doesn't support, but it's already there. This is the future of our learning. I'm going to close my presentation with this statement. We need to use technology as your partner of learning. Think about how you're going to use WordTune, how you're going to use Dictation IO, how you're going to use other technology like Wakelet and so on to be your learning partner, to help you in learning, not as your partner in crime, as you cheat, you take something, you copy paste something, you do plagiarism. That's not good. So you should learn with technology, but don't use it as your partner in crime. Thank you very much. I give it back to the moderator. Hello, is the moderator there? Or maybe if you have a question, especially those who are in Zoom, because I can control those who are in Zoom. If you have question or comment about the use of technology for your teaching or for your learning, you can post it in the chat box. If you want to share your experience on what you did using technology for education, maybe you can unmute yourself.
Yes, Mufida, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mufida, for sharing the exciting insights into how
I cannot hear anything actually. I think I suggest you to join from Zoom and speak from Zoom so that we can listen to you.
All right.
There you go. I can hear you.
Yeah, but it's echoing here.
Yeah, I know. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, Bu Finita, thank you so much for the exciting insights into how we can use technology to help us learning. And all the students here, all the participants with me in the room, they all play along with us, with you. They try the new apps that you introduce to help them learn. Okay, so literally, technology can help us do a lot of stuff. Like some apps can help us read, and then some apps can even summarize what we are supposed to read. So exciting. And me, myself, as the millennial generations, I don't belong to Z generations, but I do find your insights, what you have presented so far, so exciting. And all the students here, they play along with us. Okay, so it is time for Q&A. So the participants, I think uh, Pandu has started to ask questions. Yeah. So if other participants in the Zoom, you have questions, you can ask your questions by raising hand, or you can type your questions in the chat box, and I'm going to invite some people here, some participants offline too. Okay, maybe is there anyone who would like to ask questions? Okay. All right. Maybe I'm going to invite some participants here. There are some teachers here. Maybe Bu Ria. Yeah, yeah. Bu Ria here. Maybe she would like to comment or ask questions to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Mom. My name is Ria. I am a teacher in a private school. I have a question for you about if there something a problem after the post-pandemic
Recording stopped.
for the learning
Recording in progress.
because in the pandemic, cases is extraordinary moment for us as a teacher, for teachers. So, which one is better, the digital touch or the what is it, the human touch to teach our students after the cases? That is my question. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi Thank you, Gloria, for the question. Maybe I can voice the question one by one. Maybe
Okay, thank you. It wasn't really clear, but I think the main question is you're asking which one is better, learning with teacher or learning with technology. Of course, don't compare teachers with technology. Teacher is not a replaceable job, but what teachers need to do is now different from the past and right now. In the past, if you take a look at my slide before, teacher is the resource for learning. Our students get resources about what to learn and how to learn it from us as teachers. This is the text that you need to read. This is the listening, the audio that you need to listen, and so on. And this is the video that you need to watch. In the past, we give all of them to the students. But now, the function of teacher is, the facilitator. We don't pick the reading text for our students, but they can pick the reading text themselves, and then they can learn themselves. They can use e-reader Prestigio, they can use Readlang, and so on and so forth. And what's the teacher's job? The teacher's job in the classroom is to discuss what they have read. What you read, what you like, what you don't like. Did you find any difficulties? How do you like the reading text? Compare what you read with your friends' reading, and so on and so forth. So we accompany them while learning, whatever it is. It's not only reading, watching things or practicing something, and so on and so forth. So we give them with the prompts, we give them with the tasks. They find the resources themselves in the internet, and then when they get back to us, the teachers, we talk about the experience of learning. Whether they read something, they watch something, they listen to something, they write something, they talk about something, we are there and become the partner of learning for our students. Well, I think that will be the difference between the role of teachers in the past and right now. So don't compare which one is better, machine uh, or teacher. Machine, Readlang, Wordtune, they don't have heart. They're just machine. We have heart. We have creativity. It's our job to create the meaningful learning and environment for our students that make them enjoy the learning process. That's what I can answer, Ibu. Hopefully you can hear my voice clearly.
There is the disadvantages of the candy, like instant to get something. They would rather instant to get something, and then they lazy to do something as soon as possible. No. With the process, they only need the instant thing to get something. So how about is it the influence? There is the influence of the characteristic of our students who are to apply the technology and how is the solution for it. Okay, maybe that's about the characteristic of Gen Z. It's related with the characteristic of Gen Z that they want to instant thing to get something and then to be lazy to do something in the process. So, what is the solution that for our students to what is it to make it balance about technology and their habitual activity. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Ibu. I think I can get the question. I will repeat for those in Zoom. Maybe you don't really see it, hear it clearly. So in general, the question is about the fact that Gen Z always want instant thing. They don't value the process. They always want everything done quickly and fast. What teachers need to do to handle this kind of problems. Yes, that's the characteristic of Gen Z. We cannot avoid that because they live in a digital era. You can imagine, Bapak Ibu, if you were in my generation, I'm the X generation, you are still in the age of letters. You send letter to people and wait 2-3 days, 1 week until you get the reply from the paper later. Today's generation, they don't have that kind of experience, right? They send WhatsApp, in 30 seconds, if the blue tick is not replied, then they start to get restless. Why don't you reply my WhatsApp? What's wrong? What happened? And so on and so forth. So the technology influenced the way the digital generation think, the way the digital generation live. So what can we do as teachers? When you give tasks, for example, you give a project. The project is long and it takes a process. Help them organize the activity by having a small chunk of activity. Do an activity that can be done in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, rather than you have a long activity that should be done in 2 hours, for example. So cut it into small activity. Okay, first let's do the brainstorming. After the brainstorming, then they feel that, oh, okay, I've done the first task. Okay, now let's go to the second activity. In the game world, if they love playing online game, if you love playing online games, you know the term unlocking, unlocking the game. Let's unlock and go to the next level. Gen Z love it. Okay, first level, this is your first challenge. Do this in 15 minutes. Okay, you do this in 15 minutes, go to the second level. You unlock the level 2. Do this. You unlock level 3. Do this. Padahal, in fact, you just do task 1, task 2, task 3. But if you say tugas 1, tugas 2, tugas 3, they hate it. But if you say challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3, level 1, level 2, level 3, they will love it because they play it in a game. And that's the kind of terms, that's the kind of life that they have. Playing games online, going from one level to another, unlocking one challenge to another. They love it. We just need to change the way we teach a little bit and make them involved in our activity. Hopefully it helps.
Yeah, thank you so much, Guru. So, to sum up the questions from Gloria here, yes, technology empowers students learn, and Google knows more than us teachers. But the students are just us as a teacher to guide them because you know how to use technology to learn. So our students know by guidance. Yeah. Can you read that?
Sorry, the question is not really clear. I cannot catch it. Maybe it's better for you to speak from your phone rather than from the microphone, so I can hear your voice clearly. Ah, okay, try it.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm trying to turn off the microphone. Well, yes, actually, I was removed by the host several minutes ago. Yeah, I don't know what happened. There is confusion here. And so I'm using another committee's gadget here to connect to you via Zoom. Yeah. So thank you so much, Bu Finita, for answering Buria, a teacher here, Buria's questions. So actually, internet can help our students learn. Google knows more than teacher, but our students do not always know how to use technology to learn. So they still need us to guide them. Yeah. So they can make the most of the technology to help them learn. Okay. Thank you so much, Bu Finita. And then maybe is there anyone in a Zoom who would like to ask questions aside from Pandu? Maybe you can share your questions on a chat box, or you can raise your hands. Okay, or maybe I would like to invite some audience here that are with me in a real room. Okay, maybe the students here, do you have any questions? No? Well, actually, oh yeah, yeah. So there is a student here, ma'am, who would like to ask a question. Yes, wait a minute.
Hello, Bu Finita.
Hello, who are you?
First of all, thank you for your wonderful and related to the first question of Bu Ria. As a future educator, I am concerned on how can we ensure that artificial intelligence and robotics will not replace teachers and education professionals, because in developed countries like China, Japan, and South Korea are already doing to replace teachers by employing robots as teachers for of students. That's all, Bu Finita. Thank you.
Thank you,
My name is
Khairum.
Christopher from
Oh,
Universitas Negeri Malang.
Christopher.
Thank you.
From Universitas Negeri Malang, far away from Malang. Okay, hi, Christopher. Don't worry. You can be worried. Maybe you can feel worried too. But the thing is like this. So far, what Ikoy, yeah. Okay. So far, what robot and artificial intelligence can do is something which is mechanical, something which has pattern. So everything with pattern can be replaced by technology. For example, teaching grammar. Teaching grammar, we have a real pattern. It's so easy to detect. Whose voice is on now? It's so easy to detect mistake in a grammatical mistake. So if teacher only teach grammar in the classroom, he or she will be replaced by AI and technology, right? Teaching pronunciation. If teacher only say repeat after me, pronounce this, repeat after me, he or she will be replaced by technology. Teaching vocabulary, asking students to memorize vocabulary. Okay, grammar translation. For example, orange, jeruk, apple, apple, banana, pisang. If teacher teaches like that, it will be replaced by AI. AI will be much more interesting than teacher. But if you have creativity in teaching students, how they have creativity, ask them to discuss, ask them to debate, ask them to give comment, ask them to question this and that, discussing video, analyzing things, everything that I mentioned cannot be replaced so far, cannot be replaced by technology. I don't know how the advancement of technology in the future, but right now those kind of things, creativity has not been able to be replaced by technology. So teachers need to be creative. Teachers need to have their heart and feeling to touch the student's heart. That's the thing that cannot be done by robot. So don't worry, teachers is a safe job.
Thank you so much for the answer. Thank you.
Very interesting questions here. And for you, have creativity. So we are not replaced by the AI, by the robots in the future. All right. Okay, so maybe any audience is here who would like to ask questions to Bu Pita.
I cannot hear anything. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
So much noise. Just yeah, thank you. I'm so sorry because we have so many technical problems here.
No problem.
All
Hybrid
right.
hybrid is not easy.
Yeah, conducting hybrid meeting is not easy. And Pandu also shares in the chat box, he shares her opinions that he thinks AI cannot replace teachers because artificial intelligence has no emotions. Exactly, Pandu. Okay. Okay, so if you all right. Um, if there are no more questions, maybe we can wrap up our discussions. Yeah. Oh, Pak
We
Zaki.
have one
Pak
question,
Zaki
I
is turning
guess.
on his camera. Maybe Pak Zaki wants to ask the questions or share his insight into this matter. For Pak Zaki, you may ask your questions or share or comments or whatever.
Well, thank you very much for the chance given. Good afternoon, Vinita.
Good afternoon, Pak Zaki.
Right, very insightful presentations. I got a lot of things related to technology because I now try to write my dissertations and I concern on technology and agency. And then I think this is interesting. I also got some issues which is actually happening now, and I don't think that is easy this is easy to be how to be handled. For example, the first questions from people, I forget the names, talking about the. I think this is interesting ideas. When we talk about technology, I think we talk about two things. The first is the technology itself. The second one is in the decision that students use or execute when they use technology. For example, when my students were asked to write an essay, for example, some students use some technology to help them to complete the task, but some others they just use the technology to be, as you say earlier, a partner in crime. They just write in Bahasa Indonesia and then put it into Google Translate, then voila, it become English version. And then this is actually things that somehow we cannot control easily. But then perhaps it's because of the generations. Even you mentioned that this is the students they are belong to strawberry generations, for example, and they like to be an innocent things. And I think this is uh, when we try to use technology in teaching and learning process, I think that yeah, I do agree with your ideas that we can use a project, and I think this is a middle ground. I think this is a way that we can do in order to make sure that they have good decision in relating to using technology, because the things that happens in my class, for example, I used to teach writing, and then this apps actually help me a lot, and this is amazing because one of the problems in writing is we don't have sufficient feedback, and having this application, I think this is really helpful for students to get the feedback. But at the same time, it also have a consequence. Perhaps students don't think it as a feedback, but they think it as an easy way to finish their job. So in short, I think when we try to use technology, we need to also teach them not only using the technology in, let's say, introduce them to technology, but somehow I think we need also to teach them how to see technology and how to make them have a great or correct decision when they use technology. I think we need to some, I don't know exactly what should be done about it, but I think this kind of thing is important. And I think one of the solutions that you have mentioned earlier, the having project based and things like gamification, right? The term is gamification, making learning look like games. And I think this is a great way to overcome this problem. But again, yeah, I myself was struggling to this kinds of problem. And then would you please share, based on your opinion, based on your experience about these kinds of things that is happens in teaching and learning, utilizing technology? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pazaki, for the question. Yes, when you talk about writing, some students can easily write in Bahasa Indonesia and translate it in using Google Translate, and voila, the final text, they can get the final text. That's something that we cannot avoid. They use technology as their partner in crime. Before the technology exists, different kind of crimes also exist in the classroom, right? Now that we have technology, so we kind of blame the technology as the culprit of the crime. What I did in my writing class, I'm not going to ask the students to write the whole paragraph and then submit the English version. I'm going to invite them to brainstorm first. Let's brainstorm with me. Okay, what are the keywords? What are the topic, the keywords? So we accompany them to think in accomplishing the task or the project. Okay, now what's the topic of your writing? What are you going to write? Write 3 words, 5 words, 10 words related to the topic of you are going to write. And then we check it together. Usually I'm using technology tools named Padlet. So I can see the process of their writing there, padlet.com. I will write it in the chat box. Maybe you heard this. So they write the keywords of the writing. And after that, write your outline. It's okay, probably when they write the outline, they use Google Translate to help them. But they have to think there, to think of 3 sentences, only 4 sentences. Okay, now think about the supporting details and so on and so forth. So we accompany them in the process of writing. Don't expect them to have the writing 3 paragraphs at once. So even though they are using different kind of tools, they are doing shortcuts, they cannot do that shortcut easily because they have to follow our steps. They are the function of the teacher, the function of the lecturer, accompanying them to learn, because we cannot forbid them from using technology for their shortcut. Okay, you can use shortcut in your outline, but only for your outline. Then you have to think about your supporting details. Maybe you have to get another shortcut using this and that, but at least they think of the supporting details until they get the whole paragraph. So that's what I did. And I sometimes mention the tools, the crime to the students. Okay, you can use essay board, but this is what happened. You can use Google Translate, but this is what happened. So they know the risk of using technology when they don't use it responsibly. Tell them that I know the technology tools too. If you're using it, I know that you are using it. Another thing that you mentioned about, we need to creative thinking in the classroom, gamify our class, do some project-based learning, do this and that to help the students learn. And we cannot avoid them from using technology, but let us know that you are using the technology. For example, the feedback. There's a tool named Virtual Writing Tutor. I can use it, and students will get feedback from the tutor, the machine tutor. But the machine tutor will not be able to give feedback about the idea, the correlation between paragraph, between sentences. No, the writing tutor will be able to give feedback on grammar, right? On sentence structure, not on the content. So it helps our job. Grammar, sentence structure, leave it to the machine. Ideas, leave it to the teacher. So teachers still have the idea and let the structure, grammar, the nitty-gritty things given to the robot. That's what I can share, Pak Zaki.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Thank you very
Bu
much.
Finita. Yeah, Pak Zaki and Bu Finita and all and other audiences, because the Q&A sessions is up, and we have another agenda going on. I think we can add our discussions here. Echoing, yeah. So, thank you so much, Bu Finita, for taking your time off to share your perspectives into how technology can help us, students, Generation Z, to learn. Okay, so actually, technology can help them learn only if they know what to look for and where and how to use it. Okay, we are so sorry, Bu Finita, because we are having so many technical problems here. Conducting hybrid meeting is not that easy. I'm running here and there. Okay, so I guess that's all. Um, because there are some participants coming from other cities and they have booked tickets to their return tickets. Okay, thank you so much, Bu Vinita. See you on the next occasion. Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to say you are a great moderator.
Oh. Thank you so much, Bu Vinita. Okay, give applause for Bu Vinita. Yeah. So the audience here are giving you a big round of applause. Okay, yeah. See you on the next occasion, Bu Finita. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, yeah. Oh, oh, wait a minute, Bu Finita. I think the comedy would like to take a photo sessions with you. So you stay with us for a moment. Okay, so the other participants, because we are going to have a photo session, please turn on your camera. Okay, thank you. Okay, are you done? Okay. One, two, three. Yeah, we are moving to the next slide. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're done, Bu Vinita. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time. Okay, see you next time, Bu Vinita.
See you. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum.
Goodbye. Waalaikumsalam. Oke.
Saya izin live ya.
Ya, silahkan Ibu.